I want to bring up a very special guest MC. He's going to do some poetry. I'm going to do some beats. Give it for my dad, Robert Nielsen. We rehearsed this. What's up, Dad?
What's up, Lars? Hey, growing up with MC Lars, it's very hard not to be a poet. And I'm here to tell you that the oak tree reversing isn't very far from where the acorn fell. What I want to do is tell you about being a poet where I live, which is down in Monterey County. And I like the little defining moments that poets get to experience when we eavesdrop. I've got a lot of wonderful poems about what Lars has done and so forth, but I won't embarrass him with those tonight. So here's one with something that happened on the highway between Monterey and Salinas one morning. Was going like this. Highway 68. She drove up beside me, our windows were down. Tight-fitting jeans, the song on her radio, FM, K-Tom Country. The light changed, she shot ahead and out in front. In the big side mirror of her black Chevy truck, I still could see her gum-chewing smile and smooth soft skin and big brown eyes, auburn hair and 1,000 curls, and love for someone. Insurance by Smith & Wesson, said the sign on her rear window, right below the gun rack, which carried a long red umbrella. California Rodeo, said her bumper sticker. So too did her Stetson and the color of the shirt she wore. Rodeo week, big week in Salinas. She winked at me in her mirror and accelerated down the road to town. Down there, they call the Monterey Peninsula, which is not really the peninsula, but they think it is. Here's something that I noticed one night at a function on the peninsula down there. It's called border crossing. These people, he lectured from the podium, are taking American jobs. Work for substandard wages paid by opportunists, farmers perverting our free enterprise system, undermining the American way of life. He shook his finger in the air, the crowd in the ballroom nodded, waiters poured coffee, cleared dessert plates away. These people don't assimilate, they make us print ballots in 50 languages, bankrupt hospitals near the border, giving birth to their babies for free, populate gangs that pollute our cities, make crime the wave of the future. Here now, my friends, here now! I wondered, how much Lebensraum does this guy want? As I poured a blue-haired, bobbing-head lady more coffee, then handed her the cream and sugar. I looked over and smiled at my friend Jose Luis, working the other side of the table, and like me, anxious to blow this gig, start our date, studying together for the bar exam, which starts tomorrow. And I've also traveled a lot to New York City, had the privilege of visiting Lars in Williamsburg, which has never been the same since. They're in Brooklyn. And I was sitting once listening to something going on that sort of led to this poem. It's called Soccer Mom. We've just planned everything, the woman said of her daughter. We wanted to make sure she had the best education, private school, college, the woman went on. Good friends, freedom to travel, community service, parties at home with her friends, none of the hassles we got for pot. The woman paused, looked down, folded, unfolded her napkin, nestled on the table by the saucer, Limoges, lifted the cup, wrist correct, sipped. Now she's quit, this woman resumed. Left publishing, abandoned her track to be an editor, moved out to Huntington Beach with a surfer kid from New Jersey. They drove out west last week. He's clean, my investigator says. Nothing on his phone we tapped. The woman took a small bite of Madeline, sipped again. Tea room clatter continued, cup held high. She looked at me over the rim, sighed, paused, waited, and slowly said, "What is a mother to do?" Nothing, I thought. Let it be, lady. Nothing I could say. I just looked away. The waiter, watching, hearing this in bits and pieces, came and rescued me with the check. Then I want to finish up with a poem about a guy. I'm a photographer too, and Ansel Adams and Edward Weston and other people like them lived down where I live, so it's hard not to be infected by all of that. But this is for a guy who loved the Beatles, and his name was Charlie, and it's called Day in the Life for Charlie. I heard the news today, oh boy, the song goes, but not this time. Oh shit would be more like it. I heard the news today that Charlie had passed away. The kind of guy who called that phrase bullshit. Tell him simply I died, he would say, not passed away or passed. I'm gone, man, just gone. And with him, this short guy you didn't call that or didn't notice really the shortness. This gruff guy, heart as big as the universe that his internet messages poured into, his website the world came to see. Charlie, Colorado photographer, assistant to my friend Al from down the coast. Quintessence, a bullshit word he'd call that, but it still fits. Quintessence of the independent artist, roaming the West in his beat-up camper, photographing, being with fellow photographers, drinking whiskey, watching out for the new guys like me. I miss him. I miss not being reminded of there being an end to each moment. Grubby, on the road together as we headed out, crack of dawn, to photograph some unsuspecting beauty, side-lit by the sun, intense, somewhere in the Southwest. Miss not having to think that all my friends and lovers are no more permanent than me. I'd love to turn you on, the song says, but not, I believe now, the way I used to. Rather, switch me on, turn the key, engage, let out the clutch. Just get going, Charlie would say. Live this moment, buddy. Live it, man. Live like there's no tomorrow. I will, Charlie. Thank you. Though I sure wish you had said goodbye.
Get up for my dad. Get up for K-Play.
Give it up for Lars, too.
Peace. Thanks, guys. Thank you.